You need to take that step back, make and miss. You got to keep working those uppercuts. They're working very well. Keep doing that. If you need to, you got to keep going with those uppercuts. You need to breathe well. Keep breathing well. You need to be throwing that left hand. Oh, make sure you throw those combinations, left, rights, and the uppercut.
What you saw in Barrera's corner was the need for a trainer to talk to a fighter who's fighting an almost perfect fight. What can you tell him?
Nothing.
Do what you're doing.
3 rounds in the books. Scheduled 12, junior featherweight title fight between the title holder Marco Antonio Barrera in the white trunks and the challenger Jesse Magaña in the black. Harold Letterman, as you see, scoring each of the first 3 rounds for the champion.
I hate to tell you this, guys, but somewhere up there in the stands, there are some people fighting.
Well,
I thought we were past that.
They're missing some good action in the ring.
Barrera is jabbing, then he's feinting at Magaña, making him commit, and then he attacks him with these big punches.
Another look at Barrera's defensive skills there as Magaña launched 4 or 5 power shots in a row, and Barrera casually ducked them.
Then he throws some excellent counter punches when Magaña misses with the big punches.
Pick him up. Pick up big punches. Let's go. Box.
Barrera, who's been known to deliver low blows, he was warned for it in the McKinney fight. And McKinney mentioned yesterday to us that one thing he would be careful to do in their rematch is to hit Barrera low when Barrera gets below his border.
One thing Barrera is doing here that I love to see in a right-hander is when you fight a southpaw, they are so adjusted to you throwing the straight right until you have to start looping the right a little. And Barrera is making that adjustment like a professional.
Boy, there are a lot of people who think that the way to fight a southpaw is with your own left rather than those inviting right hands like that.
Magaña landed a left hand. Keep going.
The reason you really don't fight him with your own left is because every time you miss him with your left, he can hit you with his right because it's right on top of your left.
What's your best performance ever against a southpaw, Roy?
Antoine Bird. Made him make one mistake, then I rushed him.
Did you loop that right hand a little bit to get at him?
Yes, I did. You have to.
That was a first-round knockout in your hometown of Pensacola, Florida.
One thing with Magaña here, if he were to throw more looping left hands at Barrera, it would work the same way. But he's only throwing a straight right. That's why Barrera can block it so easily.
Magaña had some success about a minute ago, and he was able to pull Barrera against the ropes. Now Barrera lures him back in.
That was a good straight left by Magaña.
Sneaked it between Barrera's guard. Magaña does better when he comes straight up the middle against Barrera,
that was
as he did right
left.
there.
This is an excellent
trickle
fight.
of blood around the right nostril of Marco Antonio Barrera.
Harold Letterman, 4 rounds.
Larry, 40-36. 4 rounds to nothing. The baby-faced assassin, Marco Antonio Barrera. I think Barrera is killing him with those body shots. To me, the secret to this fight is that Jesse Magaña is making one big fatal mistake. He's standing right in front of Barrera. He continues to stand in front of Barrera, even though his corner tells him to move. You can't beat Marco just standing there. Marco's the second coming of Dick Tiger. Flat-footed, a vicious hook, every punch a power punch.
Make sure you have the lateral movement. Don't stand there in front.
Harold reaching back more than 3 decades for the Dick Tiger analogy. And crossing the vast Atlantic Ocean to get all the way from Mexico to Nigeria for that one. Very good, Harold. Jesse Magaña. El Cuervo, the Crow.
If he could block some of Barrera's punches, this would be a very good fight. But if he continues to get hit as much as he is, Barrera's punches are going to start to show. Like that.
Magaña trying to come back. Barrera blocks both punches with his glove. That time Magaña able to get his left glove in the way of Barrera's right hand.
That right hook is working Magaña so much until he doesn't know what to do about it. Barrera is a well-schooled professional fighter.
Terrific, bloodthirsty combination, mixing the body and the head. Just terrific stuff from Barrera.
Yes, it is. I don't think Magaña should stay in this corner because Barrera can trap him up here. Another thing Barrera does is he jabs, he steps to the outside, then he can shoot the right hook or he can throw the straight right, whichever one he sees when he steps out there.
Barrera, for his part, says his strategy against a southpaw is simply to keep stepping to the right and digging the right hand to the body.
He steps to the right to cut him off. There again, he stepped to the left and landed the right hook. It'll land all day.
Swelling on the bridge of Magaña's nose, up close to his eyes.
One other thing that my father always taught me was to back a southpaw up. Here, Barrera keeps backing Magaña up, and he's wearing him out like this.
Why back a southpaw up as opposed to a conventional fighter? They're not used to it?
They're not used to backing up, and they can't operate as well. Once you get inside of their hands, they can't operate as well if they're backing up.
So southpaws are accustomed to being the aggressor because conventional fighters so often have difficulty facing guys from that side.
Right.
But you can see that Magaña is accustomed to being the aggressor, as he told us he would be in this fight.
Yeah, but he wasn't being the aggressor, and that's why Barrera is beating him so bad.
It's awfully tough to be the aggressor when you get hit this hard and this often. A night at the office for 22-year-old Marco Antonio Barrera.
Marco, you're doing well. Just keep it up. Don't try to knock him out. Don't get over anxious. You're doing well. You're winning the fight. Everything is okay, Marco.
Síguele trabajando 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 y ya lo demás. Dentro con los uppers. Okay. Está bueno.
You be careful with the uppercuts. He's landing with those shots.
Vamos a empezar el sexto round.
Let's go. This is the 6th round. We got to get going.
Muévame poquito en la cintura. Muévame poquito en la cintura.
Óperes y volado.
No cambie de golpe.
Óperes. Is that the right advice for Barrera? Don't try to knock him out.
That is great advice because in this, they mean don't overcommit with the big punches too much. If you overcommit, that's the best time for a man to hit you.
So they're just saying, let it happen. If it happens, great.
The Letterman scorecard proceeds according to form. Barrera 10, Magaña 9, Barrera 10, Magaña 9, Barrera 10, Magaña 9, and so forth.
If you're going to win a round from Barrera, you're going to have to earn it. He's not going to give it to you.
Takes the kind of spirited effort that Kennedy McKinney was able to put forward. McKinney, a much more skilled fighter than Magaña.
Oh, there's another great left hook. The reason Magaña keeps getting hit so much with these left hooks is because his right hand is down on his trunks.
Remember earlier, Roy, I said a lot of people think it's the left hook, the left hand that does better against a southpaw than that inviting opening for a right, or seeming inviting opening.
Well, it certainly can do well if, as Roy points out, the left-handed fighter is keeping his right hand pinned to his trunks like that.
Yes, he can.
How does he expect to defend himself against a left hooker like Barrera with his hand down like that?
I don't understand it.
Barrera doesn't even have to jab to get in against this. He can just fire power shots, as he does there.
As you know, though, he leads with the right hand more than he does the hook, because if he misses with the hook, Magaña can counter him with a hook.
And if he goes with the right hand to the body, he's perfectly set up to come back
with the hook
upstairs.
A much more effective punch then. Oh, Barrera turned southpaw. I don't believe it.
Just for a moment, just a tease.
A brief moment. Magaña is getting weak.
Yeah, he's starting to get worn down. This gets discouraging after a while, I'm sure.
And he's bleeding from the ridge of the nose now.
Well, I told you that Barrera would bust him up gradually over a period of time.
There's that right hook again.
You got a feel for Jesse Magaña, terrific young man, getting the biggest paycheck of his career tonight. It has every potential to be the biggest paycheck he'll ever get in the sport of boxing. He's never had enough money to buy a car or a house. He'd like to do something for his mother, who raised 9 children.
And he's fighting hard right now.
Well, he is in every way a winning young man, but it's impossible to see how he could win this fight.
He is giving it an effort. I give him an A+ for effort.